wanted.
Hello.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hello.
Right.
You look festive, Jessica. Ready for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
Right?
yes. I'm gonna tell you what I'm festive for. I bought my tickets to Cooking Gents, sponsored by the Miami Alumni Chapter, Delta Sigma Theta. I'm excited.
Thank
you so very much.
Thank you for your
Mostly appreciate it.
Yes, y'all shared that out and pushed it out through the culture.
Yes, it is our last signature scholarship fundraiser for the rural year, and it's being held at the
DoubleTree.
Yes, Miami Convention Airport, by the airport, and it's on May the 20th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And again, all proceeds go to scholarships for young ladies across the Miami-Dade County area to pursue their college dreams. And this year, we've already given out over $30,000 worth of scholarships.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Congratulations.
Why was you saying that like you was reading the script, though? That's all I want to know.
She was thinking the baby.
I'm
just taking my time, and I have to talk slow because when I try to talk fast, I get out of breath now. Okay?
I remember that.
Even while you're sitting down? Oh.
Yes. It is.
I remember that, Stephanie.
Listen, so I have to take my time, Roy.
That's the right patience stuff. What you have to do. The message is what you need to have out there, right? Just a message.
That's right.
Speaking of the message, we got so much going on. Dwight, Bobby, where is that? Yes, pull that picture up. Dwight.
You said the messenger, not the message. The messenger. Is that what you said?
All of the above. Our very own Politics for the Culture host, my 2 cent cast member, political director for Florida Rising, Senator Dwight Bullard. Yes. And Governor DeSantis.
You're right.
The Satanist, yes.
Disastrous, however you want to do it.
Yeah, all of that. Senator, tell us what happened. This was not yesterday, but the day before?
Yeah, this was Wednesday. So just to give people context, today was the last day of legislative session, May the 5th. So the most brutal 60 days in Florida politics has finally come to an end, at least until the next one starts. And so on Wednesday, a bunch of us got together and we're like, enough is enough. So we had a rally on the old Capitol steps called Can't Ban Us, really highlighting the fact that they've been out here really trying to ban all things different, whether it is Black folks, whether it's immigrants, whether it is, women's reproductive rights, whether it is gay, lesbian, trans rights, all the things. And so a few of us said, since the governor hasn't been answering our queries and hasn't been accountable to the people, then maybe we need to go see him directly. So we staged a sit-in in the governor's office.
Right, Avis. That's right. Knock on the door.
That's it. And decided not to leave until we were forcibly removed by law enforcement. And so
you all are the Florida 14, right?
Yeah, Florida 14, folks, different parts of Florida, different walks of life, just really all committed to the cause. And, to let you know, why, where money's being spent wrongly, for the 14 of us, we had 70 escorts, 70 police escorts.
What?
For a peaceful assembly, really?
For a peaceful assembly, So it took 70 of them to get the 14 of us. Each one of us had our own 2 escorts.
That's it. They had 5 escorts.
We know you are VIP, but really?
Overkill, when I tell you.
It's horrible.
70.
But 70, man, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
And they pulled out all their toys and tools, zip ties, and thought we were going to do, have people strapped with AR-15s, like it was really about to go down. But in the words of Bone Crusher, I ain't never scared, so it's all good.
I just knew you were gonna say in the words of John Lewis.
That's next.
Right.
He said Bone Crusher.
You have to tap into the culture. You have to tap into the culture.
They're both from Atlanta.
Poet extraordinaire.
So
Bone Crusher.
Different genres.
Yes, I love it.
But you're right. I mean, I really, before we, went in, they asked us for like, what's one word that you're bringing into the moment. My word was ancestors, primarily because I really did feel the, the spirit of folks like MLK, John Lewis, who, I mean, it's one arrest for me. For them,
Your mom.
You're talking about 40 plus arrests in the fight for freedom. So if I can make, be inconvenienced for a few hours in order to make a difference, I'll do it. Whatever I need.
All right, Chuck D.
We thank you. We thank you.
Right.
We thank you for being on the front lines, fighting for our freedom, fighting for the people of Florida. I was curious to see who else or how far it went. I didn't know if you were being detained, if you were one of the ones who were arrested, if there was anything that happened to you that shouldn't have happened to you. I was getting ready to call up the reinforcement, and we were getting ready to head up to what is that? Leon County? What county?
Leon County.
We were heading to Leon County. All the troops up in Tallahassee before we got there to head, to kind of head it off and help us before until we were able to get there. Woo, Jesus.
I mean, we need to print some Release My Dog for the Culture t-shirts.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just going to let you know, your boy already done said that earlier today. He said he's going to get your shot. We don't want to call it a mug shot, but your shot.
That's not a mug. That's a thug shot. Let's get it right. Okay?
Read the white. Read the white.
Let's get it right.
Read the white.
Yes, I love it.
I told somebody I'm going to get the tattoo like Tupac, but I'm gonna take the T off and just be about hug life because I'm about to have
right.
Like that.
But I mean, Dwight, in all
hug
seriousness, in all seriousness, I mean, it's. I really wish the world had that same mindset. Not that you got to, but you get to, right?
Yeah.
And bottle some of that thing up. I mean, the NBA could use it. The NFL could use it. There's so many different landscapes that could really use what you did for us to have our freedom. So I applaud you for doing that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The residual benefit, and just to make light of it, is that now that I got a record, it might appeal different to the ladies now. I got a little edge.
And I knew you was about to say that too.
Dwight.
How did we just fall off the building altogether?
Right? Everyone needs a hug in their life, right? You need a hug.
So well.
So there we go.
Social justice, all of this was in line, and then
I got a record.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
Google me? Oh, I'm a senator and I got a record.
See me in these streets.
Gosh. Dwight,
Mhm.
you and I both know you're single because you want to be single.
Facts.
Ooh.
Big facts. You're right. Okay. I mean, you ain't gonna call me out. But it's true.
I appreciate the little, you gonna throw it out there like that,
He'll
but
flex. He flexed, man. He tried to flex.
come on now. Let's
Just because, like, let's be honest.
Right. That part.
let's stay in Tallahassee for a second. Congratulations
Yes.
to our former candidate for governor, Florida governor,
Yes.
Andrew Gillum,
Mhm.
found not guilty on charges against the charges were that he was lying to the FBI. Am I correct, Senator? Is that right?
Mhm.
Not guilty.
One of the charges, the one they got off of.
Yeah. So, he went into the case knowing that he wasn't guilty of that, and we know what the criminal justice system does, or the injustice system does to a lot of Black men, especially Black men in power. And so I'm happy to see that that he was found not guilty. It was unfortunate that his family has to be taken through that. If you know Andrew, I've known Andrew since college. He's got 3 young kids. All his kids are under 10, and so just what he's had to go through. I'm sure what he's had to explain to them. I wouldn't want to wish on anybody. So I'm happy to see that he's free.
Amen.
From a political standpoint, what's your opinion about the possibility of him running for governor again?
I mean, there's always the possibility. I think, we have to come to grips with kind of all the things that swirled around there, whether it be issues around mental health, issues around, orientation and identity, all the other things that kind of like come to grips with this idea of appreciating people for who they are holistically and not getting caught up on an idea. I think sometimes, especially Black folks, we seek perfection. Roy, from an athletic standpoint, Jackie Robinson wasn't the best player in the Negro League.
Right.
He was the most ideal player.
Right.
Barack Obama probably wasn't the, best person to have been president, but he represented this like ideal, and we got to get past that there's, abandon this notion of the perfect or perfection, what that looks like, and really start to appreciate people for their flaws and all, because we see our counterparts on the other side do it all the time. They will elect Agent Orange, got elected
without hesitation.
All his problems.
I mean, they do it all the time, but we also are playing in a game that's not necessarily fair. So that's why we face what we face. So we have to try to find the best suited for that particular moment in time, or whatever it is. So you're 100% right.
Yeah. So again, happy for him. To answer your earlier question, I definitely think there are offices he can run for and waylay the competition if he wanted to, because again, he's got the experience, he's got the bandwidth and the wherewithal, he's got the intelligence, the acumen, and the whole 9 yards. But people really have to get past this notion of that this person has to be pristine and this, that, or the third in order to be the representation of the race, if you will. So
because you are representing everyone who's Black.
Right.
Yeah, I think the only Black politician I think that's ever overcome some type of scandal or dirt was Marion Barry.
Oh, look, I know who you were going to say, but I'm
the only one.
Marion Barry.
Funny you bring him up, Roy, because I remember being at a restaurant in D.C. and the bartender was white, and without hesitation said he was the greatest mayor D.C. ever had.
Absolutely.
Because he was for the people, irrespective of all the other things. And I was like if you can do that, If you just do the job,
Yeah.
you can get past some things.
But I think it's more than that, though, Dwight. I mean, is there a question that Gillum could do the job? I don't think there's a question. The question one is he willing to go through what he's gonna probably have to go through to get there. Like he's got a lot of questions to answer, and not only from white people, from black people.
But I think the flip side of that is he's going through it at this point.
I was gonna say, what else is that you
Well,
ask? Right now, he's gone through it.
He's gone through it, but
It can't be
still,
anything
you
else.
reopen that. You're gonna have to reopen that stuff back
Yeah,
up,
no,
going through the process
get it.
again. So,
But your life's been exposed for the last 5 years at this point. So
yeah.
You like,
So
what
it's
else?
yeah, what else? What else you
You
got
get
for
now
me?
what?
Right,
And
right.
here, what?
There's
A
more.
book and a movie. That's all there is left.
Right.
That's it.
Residual income.
That's it.
So time will tell. Time will tell.
Mhm.
So this is not what I said. Okay.
Come on, Bobby.
So
He said, let's get it on.
yeah, but
Right.
Marvin State did not win against
No.
Ed Sheeran.
Mm-mm.
But
What happened?
did you all listen to the song?
I
Yeah,
did.
Yes, I've
it's
heard
cool.
the song several times.
It's
Okay.
cool.
That's Marvin all day.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
What did
All
you
day.
What did you think, Belinda?
I could not believe it. It sounds just like Marvin Gaye.
Just like it. It's
On the
Marvin
corner in
all day.
DC.
It's no
That's what I
mistake
heard.
about it.
What's
And
the name of
about
the song? Because I've never heard it. What is his song called?
is it Shivers? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
I know the song when I
Yeah.
hear it. I just
Yeah.
but it's
But
Marvin.
what song did they say that he sampled?
Let's get it on.
Thinking
Yeah.
out loud.
Thinking Out Loud?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was the one that came. Oh yeah, here it is.
Mhm.
Like I have it in my head, but not really.
Yeah, it's the musical riffs, because Marvin Gaye didn't use samples; he used a live band, and so what they're
Right.
saying is that
Mhm.
We'll have to listen to that after.
yeah,
But they they had so many jokes about the
Yeah.
kids today. They said the kids don't have nothing to do but time on their hands to listen to the radio. And their job is to find people who are trying to copy off their daddy. That thing was so
Yeah,
funny.
he probably it
But
probably wasn't even
it's
him.
true.
He probably didn't even
It's
know. He's so young. He probably didn't even know who Marvin Gaye was.
oh no, it
Modern
should
day
knew Marvin.
Cadillac Records.
He said that the trial was a threat to all musicians who
Yes.
create their own music.
Yes, yes. And he said that if found guilty, he would not create any more music. He was going to leave the music industry.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what? That's too much.
Okay.
No, but I still believe he's from a
Deuces.
world like these artists are told what to do, what to sing, what to play. I don't even know if he did his homework on the music and just did what he was told to do, and then all of a sudden he's the face of it.
He said he wrote it.
Oh,
Well,
he didn't.
He may have written the words.
Lyrics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He said he
But
wrote the
the
whole
the
thing
catch-all is he played his own music. Like
on the guitar.
he's,
Right.
he's also an instrumentalist as well. But just acknowledge, it's like one of those things. Like acknowledge you kind of like took
Right.
the riff.
That's it. That's it.
Right.
That's
He
all
said,
everybody-
it was a popular chord, and that if you try to tell me I can't do it and I have to pay them all this money, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not playing with y'all no more.
But to me, that's like admission right there. If you're saying it's popular, that means that you've heard it before and it's not yours.
Like it was funny. The Dave Grohl from Nirvana recently had an interview with Pharrell talking about that.
Yeah, I saw
And he
that.
basically ripped off the Gap Band.
Everything,
Well,
every musical note from a guitar. Yes.
Well, no, he said on the drums. He's like,
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I didn't know how to play the drums. The only thing
Yeah,
I knew
man.
was my man's intro, and so he's like, he's like, I took it. You know?
Let's
was a
stay
great
right
interview.
there, even though we were supposed
Doom,
to.
doom, doom, doom.
So since we're talking about music, have you all heard the AI version of Notorious B.I.G.'s collabo with Timbaland?
I have not.
No. How's it sound?
That
How's
sounds
it
good.
go?
Bobby, that he needed to have that. He did not.
Timberland is so talented.
Yeah, he is.
So I thought it sounded good. I thought it was an
But
updated version of Biggie that kind of sounded a little bit like Rick Ross that was in New York.
Yeah, he did. He did. It did.
I liked it, but he didn't. The social media did not like what he did.
It was okay.
Biggie is an icon. You can't.
Well,
just
here's the
mess
thing.
around.
I think I wanted to like it. It was okay.
The whole AI thing.
Maybe I just like
a little scary, right?
Yes, it's just I don't even.
I heard
regardless of
AI.
how that sounded. I'm just skeptical of the whole like that thing is scary to me.
Did you see the
I heard-
models, the AI models?
Oh,
They
yeah.
look so real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they recreated a picture. What was it? A picture of? Oh, people. Was it? They said a meeting that just happened. Yeah, some people met with the vice president Harris, and they used AI to read. And I was just like, you know what? This is I don't know about this.
Wow, we could be in two places at once.
Yeah, listen, I heard AI is replacing all APs in Miami-Dade County.
That's fine. Just buy me out of my contract.
But they use your likeness though, Ebony. You still
Pay me out
Especially the
No,
one
no,
down
no.
south.
If
They
you
use your
my
likeness.
likeness, then you're
That's
gonna have to pay me
That's
until
true.
you stop using it. But
Well,
Roy got his joke in. We heard.
I don't know if y'all saw the story of the so-called godfather of AI leaving Google
yes, I
because
did.
he's
see
like
that.
and basically going around talking about the
Right.
dangers of it.
He's saying that
Which-
stuff is getting out of control.
Right.
Anybody who saw the Terminator back in '84 understands that
Okay.
they've been
Now,
talking
if
about
the,
this for a
if the
minute.
creator is getting nervous,
Listen,
that's the problem.
I mean,
Yeah.
it keeps him relevant. Makes it because nobody knew who he was until he came out and said that.
Jessica, you better not replace us. I'm telling you now. We
You're
coming.
the
I
first
just thought
one.
about
Belinda.
that.
You're the first one to go.
I have a contract somewhere.
Pull it up.
Right? We got a AI version of Belinda. Hi.
No, Belinda. They would not say hi. They would say good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Right. Yes.
Blessings. Good morning.
Peace and blessings.
And then they would say, "Oh, is that DMX?"
If you make a AI of DMX,
Oh Lord.
Bye.
that would be perfect.
Thank you, Bobby. Back to Tallahassee. Proud Boys.
time to go to
Somebody
inside.
got to explain this to me.
But it was
So
like
yeah, so this very brown man is a white supremacist.
This is what I'm saying. Like
So confusing.
I'm like, sir,
AI right here.
sir. Do you realize that me and you look more alike than you and them? Do you realize that?
No, not Ebony.
God, dog.
He's like,
God,
I don't
be
care.
Right, Dwight.
I'm like, I'm in awe. I just don't, I just can't.
He probably ain't even from here either. Came
He
here when he was like 6
tried.
years
I
old.
I don't know of him personally, but his lineage, you know, he's it's just I don't know what to say.
But wait, let me understand. Is Proud Boys synonymous with white supremacists?
Yeah,
Yes.
How is that?
yeah, they are. They are considered a white supremacist organization,
Oh wow.
and that's by the
You are
FBI.
not white,
That ain't
sir.
got-
You are not like who lied to you? Somebody lied to you. They told you a bold-faced lie.
But
You
the
lied
problem
to
is,
yourself.
he about to go in and do some brown people time. You know,
The brown. He gonna learn today.
right.
What happened?
Like, nothing about you trying to be a white supremacist saved you from getting the book thrown at you. They threw that book at you like you was melanated, my good friend.
Well, that's like the guy I posted in the group the other day who said that he feels like he's a black female.
Wow. You heard the last of your statement, Ebony.
That's why.
He ran out of breath. Ebony ran out of breath before she.
You talking about the white guy that's claiming to be a black lesbian?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
No.
He's a congressman or
yeah.
What is
so you know the story on that was he's trying to challenge all these narratives happening around trans identity by being like, oh, I'm transracial and I'm also
I never even heard transracial before.
Yeah,
Too much time on your hands.
Right.
and it's just like,
Choose what you want to be.
Thank you.
well, all I'm saying is the world that keeps turning needs to show him how black lesbians get treated so that he can quickly come off of that foolishness.
Wait a minute.
Right.
Did you read the article about the man? He might have been in his 60s, but he said he identifies as someone that's like 35.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And that he would legally change his
age.
Right.
Yes.
Y'all need to just cut it out. Just cut it out. Enough. Enough.
Y'all just said the pandemic, thinking of things to do when you got out. This is what we got.
My thing is, people been doing that for years. Look at Cher and her boyfriend. She just broke up with.
Right.
Right. Who did she break
But she never denied her age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was dating like her grandbabies.
Listen,
Great grand.
40 years younger than she was, and she was just like,
yuck, cobwebs. Yuck.
That means that the gap between
You were trying to get rid in the wheel, it just wasn't working out so well.
Right. He was pulling off. What was the lady that passed away with the blonde hair that was dating the old man?
The model, Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah,
that's exactly what that
Ooh,
was.
baby.
Cher is 76 and the boyfriend was 37.
He probably when he 37, he looked 37.
39.
Right.
You better do it, Cher.
Congratulations.
No, Ebony, that's so wrong and gross.
Yeah, it is.
We broke the pregnancy news here. What month was that we said that she was pregnant?
Well, at least 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the match?
Congratulations.
So like February, I think in February.
It was.
When should we do from that last one?
You better go, Serena. Serena said
Congratulations.
Yes. And then there's news. Jamie Foxx went on ahead and said, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling
they were skeptical.
They gave Nick Cannon his job.
Right.
Well, they decided to bow out of next season. So they needed someone to replace to keep the show going. But with the writers union, Gil being on strike, we don't really know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
I think we don't really even know what's going on with Jamie Foxx, to be quite honest with you.
Right.
No, we don't know what's going on with him.
I did hear today that it was an aneurysm.
Ebony.
I did.
Bobby?
Close sources revealed to Ebony today that
Allegedly.
Ebony was not here last week. Were you not here last week?
I was here last week.
We talked about that last week.
So
yes.
I mean, that could have been the source.
Whatever. That he recovers.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that is what it is. We are praying.
Yes.
For his recovery.
Yes.
Yes.
That his close friends and family can give him some comfort.
Here's a question I want to know. Why they had Kevin Hart? I asked my wife this earlier. Kevin Hart reveals the latest news on Jamie Foxx. Why?
It was like when they wanted Ja Rule to comment on 9/11. No one knows. I think they throw a dart at a dartboard and be like, who should we?
Wow.
Let's go with Kevin Hart.
Right.
He's crossed over. People understand from him.
Everybody likes him.
Everyone likes him.
Oh, he's having another baby? What?
No, this is the cancellation of the Red Table Talk and his thoughts and theories on that show in general.
Oh yeah, he calls it the toxic.
Hopefully he's not having another baby. At least not this week.
I predicted it.
Yeah.
No.
He's not finished. He'll probably.
This is him calling the Red Table Talk the toxic table.
Wow.
But has he been on the show? I don't understand where that's coming from.
No.
I don't remember him being on the show.
I think he's challenging Will Smith. It's a challenge to Will Smith.
He was specifically mad about the Will Smith incident.
When Will had to come on the show and they had their
yeah, he was just like,
what's the word?
Entanglement.
Entanglement, yes.
Shout out to Miles.
Where are you, Miles?
We miss you, Miles.
Miles has a whole lot to say right now.
That's his topic.
But I did read something about Nick Cannon talking about his exes, like that he's been vilified and now he's ready to step into his role as a villain or something, like some tweet he made. So
he's trying to be a villain?
Yeah, like he's tired of people, like he's tired of fighting that persona. And so he's just going to be, more like. I
think he's been reckless, and he's a guy that we really liked at one point, but he's just been reckless with how he's embracing fatherhood. I don't think anyone like Nick is a villain.
I don't think he's embracing fatherhood. He's just loose with his loins.
Right. So
here's the problem with Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon hangs out with Hebrew Israelites, Kyrie Irving, and so many other problematic people.
Right. Well,
there's no way
that same personality made Nick Cannon who he is. So
father,
but if he's trying to be
children, you can't do it. You can't be, well, maybe if you do that, go through the little AI thing, but besides that, you cannot be present in all of those
AI babies, artificial intelligent babies,
effectively.
Maybe he plans on having like one of those Playboy mansions and just put everyone up in the house
to raise those kids and everything. I mean, it's just sad. I always think about the kids and say, poor kids.
I think he just lost it when he left Mariah. He just completely lost it.
Well, between that and the death scare, I mean,
that.
Yeah.
Which would make you think he would get it right.
He's been on one.
You should put in a plug, Belinda. He needs a good therapist.
Of course, I'm sure he has one.
So, Belinda, if you could drop your number.
He probably doesn't. He probably has a email yet.
I don't know about that now.
I'm going to send him a DM.
Yeah.
What he needs is his daggone side. That's
it is May.
Okay.
It's mental health month.
Of a good vasectomy, boy.
Everybody a care package.
A care package.
Yes, it's mental health month. So send him a care package. Hey.
It is mental health awareness.
I know that you can use this. In case your current therapist is not working out, I'm available.
Get you a soldering
kit. Clearly, the current one is not working out.
Right. I'll be on retainer. I'm here for you, Nick Cannon.
That's it.
Belinda, you got to return his call first, though. Okay.
No, just text me. Don't call me.
Yeah, text him.
Don't call me, Nick.
So much I want to say. So much.
I know. I was about to say something too.
What is Beyonce up here for?
Taxes.
Bobby.
IRS.
You said IRS.
IRS.
Yeah, she owes like 100 and something million or something like that. But that is nothing to her. Like, please.
It's not the fact that it's nothing to her. Who is her accountant?
That's awesome.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
She says that that's not true. She gave away like 80-something thousand to
80-something thousand, 80-something million.
800,000.
Right.
800.
Okay.
Thanks, Belinda. 800,000 to charities, and they're miscalculating what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, it's a problem because there should be no miscalculations, and I should not be owing anybody. If I'm paying you and you on my payroll to be my CPA, accountant, whatever you want to call it.
It's not.
Oprah told her, sign your own checks and make sure you know what's going on. Oprah told her that.
But y'all forgot Beyonce didn't know how to read before.
Beyonce?
Yeah.
Well,
Linda said Beyonce.
What is going on in this panel?
Breaking news. Wait a minute.
She got her GED not too long ago.
Beyonce or Fantasia?
Right.
Fantasia got her and said, I'm going to college. Fantasia's in college.
Oh, God.
How did Fantasia get in this conversation?
Beyonce didn't
He
know.
said that Beyonce didn't know how to read. And I'm just like, I never heard that before. I've heard it from Fantasia, but I'm throwing it out though.
To your point, Ebony, last year, it might have been early this year, Tyler Perry found out that his money was being mishandled. And he had owed the IRS a ton of money and went through his numbers and found out his accountants and his team mismanaged his money. He walked in, got it corrected, and fired everybody.
Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to be on top of it, but I am saying that from experience, the IRS doesn't always get it right.
That is true.
They do not. And you have to have your receipts. You have to have your things itemized and go in and fight about some stuff. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Gasoline. One time for Gasoline. The stylist.
Good evening.
Yes. Welcome to the show.
Miss
I got my ponytail. I'm going to come back with my
Whip it.
Come back with my ponytail. So, yeah, you got to keep all of your stuff. You got to keep up with the things dealing with the IRS because...
But according to Belinda, she couldn't read numbers or words.
That's the numbers I just said.
She said she was dumb. She said she.
And I don't know.
She said she sat on the front of the bus.
I don't need that in my
with a
life.
helmet on. That's what she said.
Okay. I'm just stating the fact. She got her GED. She dropped out. She was very young when she started working.
Just keep piling it on, Belinda.
Right. They have tutors on the bus. Oh,
dig this whole morning. I want you to explore this deep. Go right.
I was driving one day in Houston. I saw Beyonce sitting in the front of the bus, and she was just looking just bewildered with a helmet on. Just added up.
Not a helmet. Oh, geez, golly.
I don't like
but I'm saying she knows the words to the lyrics.
Linda.
It's not the same thing as accounting.
No, you said she couldn't read.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not.
You said she was done. Did she do
the Beyonce right?
Roy.
She did.
That's
the line items didn't work.
She writes her music. Okay. But once you reach a certain level of success, your name is going to go down as doing things that you may not have done.
But I think she's amazing. She's an amazing entertainer. And, I think her sister is a much better singer, Solange. But other than that,
right, Dwight. It's too late.
What?
Melinda.
I cannot with y'all.
She's really talented, though.
She is, though. She's amazing. And
she's dumb as a box of rocks.
She's married to Jay-Z.
She cool people, though.
Married to Jay-Z. How can you go wrong?
Married to an old man.
How can you go wrong? You're married to Jay-Z. Ron Carter. How can you go wrong?
Ooh, baby.
Belinda just quit.
Y'all just jealous.
This is reminding me of the conversation of Diana Ross and Beyonce. Remember we talked about it? They were going crazy because the Beehive was going crazy because they said that Diana Ross was classy and that Beyonce was not classy like Diana Ross.
Got it.
What word did they use to describe Beyonce?
They said she couldn't read.
Illiterate. That would be that word.
You know what it is? I just thought about it, Belinda. You're right. Beyonce may not be able to read, but Sasha Fierce can.
Can she though?
Damn.
Oh wow!
Oh, you better not leave your house, Belinda.
I'm gonna take my lifesaver back.
Beehives will be right into a front porch talking about Beyonce like that. Okay,
y'all go ahead about your business. All right now.
Yes, honey. Larry King is gone at CNN, and they said we are going to bring Wendy Williams in.
They gave Wendy Williams the good job.
They're in talks. They're in talks about it.
I love it.
Okay.
Did you say Larry King though, or Don Lemon?
She went way back to Larry King.
No, I went all the way back to Larry.
Okay.
I mean, who's been there since Larry's been gone?
Doing that interview, you're right.
Doing that.
That's true.
That type of interviewing.
Wolf Blitzer.
That's true.
Cooper.
Well, Anderson Cooper does do a lot of those. But I see your point. I see your point. I don't.
Soledad is CNN, right?
She wasn't CNN. She's not there.
Soledad's been gone.
But I heard CNN ratings are down, and they're hoping.
Yes, they're trying to revamp
and that was why I compared her to Larry, because I was thinking they're trying to get back to where they were in the day when people would actually look at CNN for the content versus flipping on just to see what is the breaking news.
CNN people still watch CNN. Really good. When Larry King's show was actually really, really good.
Yeah. Really older people still watch CNN all day.
But will Wendy Williams do like that same kind of platform, or will she do like the Wendy Williams kind of show?
I don't see her doing the Wendy Williams show.
My mother used to be between CNN and MSNBC all day.
And how's her health? Is she ready for that level of stress?
Right.
Right. Talk about her.
It is still Mental Health Month. You should put out a plug to her as well.
I think it would be different. I think it would be different because I'm thinking that a show on CNN, she may have final say, but she would not be as integrated into it as she was before.
Okay.
You know, I think it would be done easier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, Bobby. That's not what we're doing.
Well, I'm rooting for her. Good luck, Wendy. I hope you get the show.
Yeah.
This is horrible right now.
New York is up in arms. And D.L. Hughley posted this and said, was this young man 30 years old, homeless on a New York subway, allegedly speaking erratically, making threats and yelling that he was hungry. And a U.S. veteran put him in a chokehold for 15 minutes. There were 2 other men on him as well. And that young man, Jordan Neely, passed away. They said, is it murder? This is what D.L. Hughley asked. Was it murder? Or was it, I don't know what the word was.
It could be self-defense because he didn't threaten anybody.
Right. And so everyone on it, because the veteran is white and Jordan is black, was saying that here we go again with the vigilante situation where you are bringing yourself into a situation that really didn't have anything to do with you per se, because he never touched you.
Yeah.
Kill them, and now you're not held accountable for anything. Mm-hmm. And then someone from New York said that if you've ever been on a subway in New York, it's quite frightening. Between stops, women have been sexually assaulted, and people just sit there and watch just because of how tense things are. And that this guy should be praised because he was a hero and saved everyone. But then you have people in New York who are protesting. So I'm not really sure if that guy's comments really hold true to what New Yorkers feel, because the protests are completely contradictory to those statements.
Well, go ahead. You go first. Well, go ahead.
I was just simply saying, having been on a New York subway, you have break dancers, you have entertainers, you have You have folks soliciting money. You have
All
you
walks
know,
of life.
it is a spectacle going on all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and even when you have somebody who you might not appreciate being there, whether it be because they smell funny or whatever the case may be, the idea of, you know, like having been there and seen people kind of sit through all of those things, at what point do we say it's okay to choke somebody out? You know what I'm
Touch
saying?
somebody.
Especially if they haven't threatened you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for this dude to be applauded as a hero, I find it real problematic. And then the reality is, and the race thing is real, because had that been a white homeless man and a black person choking him out, there's no scenario in which you get to go to the police station,
Right.
give a statement, and get released.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And there would have been nothing but outcries and empathy for this white homeless man that would have gotten choked out by this, you know, aggressive black dude. All of a sudden, though, you know, this poor brother who was literally screaming for food and water. Like, that's what he was screaming about. Like, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. Can somebody help me?
It's Mental Health Month, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to it. At 18, his mother was killed by her boyfriend and dismembered. He had to testify because he was there. And after that, everything went down for him. And he pretty much lost it. And now he ended up as a homeless person because he couldn't keep up with life.
Yeah.
I
See.
Here's the fact. Because I think when I hear people, oh, we've seen people get assaulted and all this, it's an excuse in so many ways. The reality is somebody lost their life. That's the reality. How do you not make somebody not accountable for this man losing his life that was not threatening you? Makes no sense. And I know, Dwight, you always be like, Roy, I don't get it. I'm not sure if it was racism, but race does play a role in it. And I think you think about the other part I don't want to dismiss or not overlook is that they both might have had mental issues.
Yes.
Of course.
That's the other part.
Of course. It just reminds me of the white guy that shot the young boy that came to the wrong house, and he went to jail, and then he got out. The opportunity to just come back out into the community when you have actually murdered someone is amazing to me.
Right. And the thing about it is the chokehold was 15 minutes. Like, we talk about the notion of like someone being victimized. Like, you're watching another human being choke out this dude for 15 minutes. And understand what that means. That means there were multiple times that the train stopped.
Yeah.
Right. And there should have been a
still
police officer somewhere nearby. Or someone.
So it wasn't like he restrained him to the next stop and the three guys kicked him off the train, which was clearly an option.
Yeah.
They restrained him to the point where they killed him for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure. I don't know if it's a pleasure of riding the New York subways, and it's not necessarily a treat. But the reality is that what I do remember was I don't ever remember seeing security or anything on those trains, and somebody needs to be held accountable for this man losing his life. It's just not acceptable. And I think until we stop making this thing normal. Somebody black getting caught and choked or ran over or this or that, it's become normal, and it can't continue just to be that way. It just can't.
The overall theme is like what you said before, the fact that the punishments are never equal across the board, across the racial lines. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, we always see that happen. White man assaults, kills, whatever, a black man or woman or, a black person, and they always get to go home. Even if it's not a Black person,
get a burger, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Stop by Wendy's for lunch, be on the way to, like that is the biggest thing here. It's like the punishments and the protocols and the procedures for when a person murders another person need to be the same, period. Whether you white, Black, blue, red, it should not matter.
Did you see the young lady get assaulted? I don't know if it was TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They were shoplifting, and one of the girls got out of the store, and then the second girl was trying to get out of the store, and then the white man who was there, like, just threw her down and was. No, you want to see that?
I didn't see that.
Well, and here's the other thing that I also believe, though. It makes them even more comfortable to think they can put their hands on you.
Right.
Yeah. It just makes them even more bolder than what is going on in this world. And then after the fact, we made a mistake. Now this person's dead. You didn't live your life, and we made a mistake. That was a mistake. I'm just tired of that narrative. That's all I can say. I'm sick of it.
NFL draft.
What happened here?
Only one person was drafted from an HBCU.
Yeah.
And all of the draftees from the NFL.
Oh, really? I thought I saw a long list.
Uh-oh.
You saw a list of people that probably should have been considered, but only one was drafted.
Wow.
And that guy was from Jackson State. And Deion spoke out about it. It's
because they had a HBCU combine. They tested all the, but it's the politics of the NFL.
It is, but here's the thing that it just kind of reminded me how much heat Deion took for all the work he put in, and still, when this thing is said and done, and you got one person get drafted, he's the only one to step up and say something about it. I've never heard from no other.
Are you saying that Deion Sanders was the only one to call the NFL out?
He's the only one from an HBCU to step up and say, guys, this is
not even from
issue.
an HBCU.
Let's talk about the plantation mentality, people.
That too.
It's a plantation. What are you talking about?
Well, Ron, here's the thing. I would be apt to agree if we didn't have the politics around it. What I mean by that is, like, I know the head coach at FAMU, Coach Simmons, had been advocating, because of what Deion had done prior to, advocating for his players to get a shot. I know the issues that Deion had with the Alabama State coach, same thing. So the question then becomes, was it that they didn't say anything, or that nobody was giving them the airplay?
That too. I was thinking.
Well, it could be both, but here's the thing: there's so many ways. You got social media,
right? That's what.
There's so many ways now to say what you need to say. Yeah. Like you don't need ABC, NBC, CBS to get in front of you to say something.
But this what I'm saying though. So what I'm saying is, if we know, like, if ESPN is uplifting the tweet from random NBA player X, random NFL coach Y, high profile folks, who's to say, like, are we following these folks? Are they getting the same level of bump consideration? Like, that was the whole criticism, not even criticism, that was the whole notion of Deion being there, was Deion Sanders is getting the love because he's Deion Sanders. It doesn't necessarily amplify the voice of all these other coaches that have been doing a yeoman's job of coaching.
That may be true. That may be true. But guess what?
Don't have the same
Deion Sanders is not waiting for them to get in front of him to say something to the rest of the world either. Deion Sanders is also the person that created NIL deals. Deion Sanders is also the same person that went to the press. Deion Sanders is also the same person that said, hey, HBCU coaches, we're going to create a coaching coalition. I'm going to bring some of you guys to the NFL combines and X, Y, and Z. Deion Sanders is not waiting. And I think that's the problem with Black people as a whole. We sit back and wait.
You're saying the same
waiting. And Dion will take the initiative. I think he created a blueprint that we all saw. We all saw that works. And if you're not taking advantage of it while it's still kind of lukewarm, that's where you're losing out. You don't have to wait for the press to get in front of you to. We know Beyonce's going to get it.
But if you're Coach Z, who's listening to you?
I get it, but still, it just can't be one person leading the.
It's the same.
He's not even. Look, here's the thing. He's not even at an HBCU anymore, and still talking about it
because people want to know what he's saying versus
a
coach at any other school.
But you think
I don't even know the name of the coach from the school I graduated from.
I understand that, but don't you think now that Deion Sanders left Jackson State, everybody wants to know what's going on with Jackson State, whether or not they're going to win or compete?
They want to know what's going on with
Deion. So. I do.
No, nobody not checking Jackson State. I'm sorry, Jackson State. No.
You can't tell me.
Not caring.
I think that's an issue. You got to step up and want people to hear you. And I think if enough do it, somebody's going to hear you.
No.
He can't do. Here's the thing. He can't be the only one. And here's the thing why I say that. As long as nobody says anything and they feel like they're not going to get the press, guess what? They're not going to get it.
No. They're not checking for the other coaches. Who cares about
I don't know. I can't. I don't.
Are you following any other coaches? Are you following Fam's coach, Bethune's coach?
No, they're losers. I only follow winners.
Be careful. Be careful.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
Forget the beehive. They coming for you, Roy.
They're at your front door. They're waiting for the show to be over.
Coming for you. Damn you and Bethune-Cookman. He said it, not the rest of us.
I just believe I come from the argument I was making. Initiative. And if we want to be heard, we'll find a way to be heard. I think they could have went to social media and put something out.
But did they? That's what I'm saying. Do we know they didn't?
No, they didn't.
No.
This
is where I have to disagree. We literally, so I follow Fans Football on my Instagram, right? We literally put together an entire promo package for the 4 folks that we were really trying to push. We had a wide receiver, had a safety, had a punter, and a kicker that had gone to all those steps.
Hunter and kicker, Dwight.
No, but follow me. But what I'm saying is we put together the promo, all the things to try and put that out there. To your point, now you're saying, well, nobody was listening. I'm telling you that FAMU tried to take the initiative to put together an entire PR campaign to uplift the players they thought they could. And I can only assume other schools tried to do the same, absent of Deion Sanders not being in the space. Are people really checking for them? They weren't checking before, let's be clear. Deion created a space that gave them some cachet, and now that he's gone, on the flip side, what we do need is the Nick Sabans of the world to be like, we need to stop just looking at programs like Alabama and looking more.
No, it's not going to happen that way.
We get it.
It's no different in us. It's no different. The NFL didn't take these guys. They're telling them, hey, y'all can't go to HBCUs if y'all want to go do this. So right. Shut it all the way down.
It would undermine the whole money game that they got going on between Power 5 schools.
Yeah, but if they go,
y'all messing with too much of their money.
But if they go anyway, and if that's the only place that they're at, then they'll have no choice but to go over there.
So aren't the recruiters I don't know, but aren't the recruiters the ones that go out and say this person comes into the draft?
Yeah.
Bobby,
did the recruiters change, or are we the same?
Oh, we gotta go.
We'll finish next week.
This is a very important question.
Follow.
Yeah, wait. Bye.
May is nothing.
Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural. 5-star, everything I see. Live large, no